What's up guys, Doomsday here. Today we're back again, and in this video we're going to be playing some Evelynn in the jungle. So if y'all haven't figured out yet, if you don't keep up with my channel, Evelynn is one of my favorite champs to play. I have so much Evelynn gameplay on my channel. I'd for sure check it out if you have not, but thought I might as well make some more, because if it ain't broke, then might as well keep on playing it. Plus, Evelynn is just a very, very fun champ to play. The burst potential is absolutely crazy, and this turned out to be a very fun match, so thought I'd for sure share this gameplay. But yep, Eve, very, very fun champ. It starts off a bit slow because you do need level 5 to kind of be able to do anything, so kind of have to do the full jungle clear, where you clear all your camps to get level 5 before you can actually do anything. That's one of the downsides to Evelynn. But something that a lot of people don't realize is that Evelynn is a very, very good scaling champ. A lot of people think like Evelynn, oh, you reached level 5, oh, your damage output should be insane, you should be able to kill anybody, and sure, like, your ultimate is pretty huge, but Evelynn really, really starts to turn on once you get your third item, once you get your Infinity Orb. So the build that I go for Evelynn is Rabadons into, oh dang, that person barely got away with 1 HP. That's unfortunate. We're going to start off this match with a Fed Draven, but it happens, I guess. But as I was saying, the build that I go is Rabadons into Lichbane into Infinity Orb. And then for the last item, I get Void Staff for the 4th item. And then the last item, you can kind of go whatever. You can go anti-heal if you want, or you could get Guardian Angel if you just want extra sustain and stuff. Or you can go Crystalline Reflector. It just depends on the match. But as I said, we're just clearing up these camps, getting to level 5. Once we take this camp, I'm going to check to see if the Scuttle's still up or not. Looks like Graves is heading up here. I see him cutting through mid lane over here. But usually for Eve, I'm very, very cautious on Scuttle fights, but I'm looking to see if I can get a good engage onto the Graves. I know I have my Electrocute proc off, so I get the Electrocute damage and able to take down this Graves over here, thankfully. I had the help from Yone, so that definitely helps out, but now I can take the Scuttle and get to level 5. And this is going to be pretty big once I get the Scuttle over here, because this means I'm going to be level 5 before most people in the match, so if I see a good opportunity, I should definitely look for a gank or to pick a fight. So that's what I'm checking on in that lane. And I'm going to go ahead and head up there, because I'm level 5 before any of these other kids over here. So unfortunately, there's a ward over here, actually. So it does not look like I'm going to be able to get a good gank off. But that was a good look. That was a good try. And now he knows I'm there, so I don't even really bother. He's just playing super safe. So go ahead and reset. I'm going to go ahead and head down towards the bottom side of the map. And you can see I'm already level 5 even before those people over there. So if you can get level 5 early, that is huge to like capitalize on Eve, because your ult is such a game-changing ability. Especially this early on, like you can get such good execute damage from it. It is very, very good. The only like thing about your ultimate is the cooldown is pretty long, so if you do have to burn your ult, then that can put you a bit of a disadvantage because you won't have it up for a while. But now, look and see if I can get a good gank. Keeping an eye on this Tristana. Tristana is sometimes a tricky gank, because if you gank them and they just jump away or flash away, that can sometimes be a little bit frustrating, but I'm going to see if maybe I can burst down this Tristana. I think I probably could have bursted down the Tristana, and still, I have flash and everything, so I know I can chase down pretty far, but I'm pinging it out. Graves is going for the gank over here. I wait for them to engage a bit, and then looking to see if I can get a good angle from behind. Able to burst down the Draven over there, and now that's a great root from Lux. Now, trying to track down this Rakan over here. Oh, but he gets the last bit of heal, so he's able to survive that. But that was a pretty good engage. I was able to get the charm. And, oh, actually, it looks like Yone was able to clean that up. That's very nice. So, overall, a pretty good gank. And that's the power of Eve's ult, as I'm saying. Like, Eve's ult, when you have it up, is so, so game-changing. But now, for the next, like, 70 seconds, I am very, very weak. Because at this stage of the game, like, my other abilities don't have too much damage because I don't have too many items yet. But without your ultimate, you just don't have as much damage in the early game. But at least my team's able to. They're putting in the work right now. This Akali's going for it onto this Olaf over here. Let's see if they can pick that up. Ooh, is the Akali going to get that kill? Oh, it looks like the Olaf just flashed away. You can, sometimes if you're just watching the minimap, you can kind of tell whenever people flash or not, but he flashed over there. Oh, looks like they're getting ganked by Graves. I'll head up there once I finish taking this camp, but Looks like the Graves is chasing this Akali. I might be able to get a good gank over here, but watch this, watch this. I make a huge mistake. Notice what I do with my third ability in this engage. I use my third ability right away. Watch this. That's a huge mistake, how I use my third ability. And the reason for that is because look at what happened. I should have used my third ability in case, like, I should have saved it because I didn't really need the damage from it. More so, I needed it for the gap closing. So notice what happened. I, like, instantly third ability onto Graves, and then they flashed and dashed away. And I had no other way of getting back onto him. So that put me in kind of a bad spot where I was unfortunately not able to pick up that kill. But if I would have held my third ability for another second or two, and then if Graves would have flashed, then I could have just third ability'd onto him and used it to gap close. So that's something that, like, I'd really keep in mind for your, like, third ability is, like, you can use it to gap close, and that can be completely, like, clutch if you use it completely right. But I'm able to pick up the Herald over there. Unfortunately, they all came back, and they were all here. Our mid lane went for the gank on bot side, unfortunately, so they're at least able to pick up the 2 kills down there, which is good. But unfortunately, I do go down. I think that's a fine trade. I mean, we got the Herald plus 2 kills bot side. They killed me, I guess. That's all right. Could be worse. But now I'm starting to pick up damage-wise. I believe I have my Lich Bane. And now I should be working towards my Infinity Orb, hopefully, so that's going to be good once I get that. And now I'm looking at what's going on in the map over here. The dragon is up. I don't have ult for 45 seconds, so that's why I'm pinging out to my teammates. Like you can see, I'm pinging. We don't have our ults up. Fighting this would be kind of hard without ult. Like, their champs aren't as ultimate dependent. Like, Rakan can get good engages. Graves doesn't really need ult. You know, like, Draven doesn't really need ult. It's kind of useless for him. But, like, our champs, like, Yone ult is huge. Eve ult is huge. Misfortune ult. We all have big ultimates. So, like, having these on cooldown can make this fight, like, very, very scuffed. So that's why I'm pinging, like, retreat. Like, if we can stall for another 20 seconds or so until I get my ultimate back off cooldown, then we can look for to fight. So, but I think they're already on it. Plus, their duo lane is, like, pretty stronger than our duo lane with the Draven plus the Rakan, so we give that up. That's fine. I mean, we got the mid turret, plus we're getting top turret over here, so we get 2 turrets, like, in return for that dragon. So it's not like we gave up the dragon for nothing, but now those Dravens over here, unfortunately, they get a really good engage onto me. They kind of caught me off guard. We did not have the best warding, but I'm able to get out of that. And unfortunately, as I said, I just burned ults, so I really can't do much for the next, like, little bit. Let's see, yeah, I'm looking to see. I'm trying not to get rooted, but I can't go in over there, else I'm probably just going to die to the Draven because I don't have a good escape or anything. I don't have enough damage yet to, like, completely one-burst anybody, so playing a bit safe. I'm trying not to die because if I died, like, my team's probably just going to fall apart, honestly, so I'm just playing better safe than sorry. At least it keeps us in the game instead of just dying over here and, like, losing mid-turret or something. So, okay, now I have my Lich Bane. So once I start building into this Infinity Orb now my damage should start to pick up. And honestly, on Eve, if I'm, like, building towards my third item, I don't get boots too early unless I feel the need for them, because I really do prioritize getting, like, that, like, 3 item power spike more so than, like, tier 1 boots or something like that. I think getting that 3 item is so huge. Like, you can see, even though I picked up just like a portion of the Infinity Orb, like, my damage output's gonna be, like, really strong. We should be able to see that because it's as soon as you get the armor penetration, like, once you get the what is that? I think it's like the, I forgot what it was, the pendant or something like that. The one that builds into the Infinity Orb that gives armor penetration. Like, once you build that, your damage output becomes very strong for Eve. So now I'm looking for a gank onto this Olaf. I'm telling the Akali if they could start up the engage, I can definitely track down an Olaf because there's no turret over here. Plus, Olaf doesn't have the most mobility. They could flash away, but I could still chase that down. So, able to pick up a kill over there. And now they're all missing, so that's why I'm pinging out. Like, we have no warding of the area. We don't know where they all are. I see Tristana here. I just try and get some burst damage onto him. I chunk him down a decent amount with that. Something that a lot of people underestimate on Eve is the electrocute damage. Electrocute on Eve is, like, if you have your electrocute proc up, you could dish out such crazy damage. Unfortunately, that was such a good combo from the Draven plus the Rakan, and I was not able to get out of that, unfortunately. But at least Arione is able to pick up that kill. That was a bit of a mistake on my part. I actually got pushed by the Draven ability, and then I got knocked up by Rakan. And that's, like, the thing about Eve is, like, the smallest mistakes can completely, like, turn, like, it's completely game-changing. Like, if you make one small mistake, you can get caught out so easily with Eve. But I feel like you learn a lot of the interactions. So, like, over there, the Rakan got me, and I don't, or at least I hope I don't make that mistake again where I get caught out by that Rakan for stability, because as you can see, like, if you get hit by, like, a knock-up or something big like that, like, you're just going to get instantly deleted. So I think I'm going to keep a better eye on that probably now. Like, I'm going to make sure that Rakan doesn't get good engages onto me. And really, you'll, like, slowly learn, like, all the things that can, like, mess you up. Like, if you play enough Eve, like, you like, do pick it up. And you learn the hard way like that. Like, I learned the hard way, like, be careful of Rakan, essentially. There are other champs that are like that, too. Like, Twisted Fate is another one you got to be careful of. Vigar, also kind of annoying. People that have very, very fast crowd control, that's what you have to be cautious of. Or, like, Wukong, like, as I was saying, like, the Twisted Fate stun. But now, I'm heading over in mid. I see that they're starting up the engage over here. I'm really looking for this Draven. That's the main goal. Trying to kill this Draven over here. So now, get the angle, I get the charm onto him, and look at that damage. I can just completely one-burst him in. I'm able to get out before that Rakan knocks me up. Not making that mistake again, but now they're super low over there. I was able to dish out a decent amount of damage. And now, just going to keep on farming up. Seeing if maybe my teammates can follow up. Now, I'm looking for this Graves over here. We should be able to get him over here. Oh, there's a Rakan, but we're in a decent position there. Looks like my team's... They're chasing that pretty deep. They're able to pick up the Graves, and now I'm trying to get this Rakan over here. Able to pick him up, but unfortunately Tristana was just right over the wall, and looks like I'm going to go down over here, but that's unfortunate. But that was a pretty good engage. I mean, we were able to pick up a hand. We were able to get 2 of them. Or we got 3 of them, too, because I got the Draven, but they just respawned. We were able to get 3 of them. I go down, but that's all right. So now... getting a reset in. We got some good map priority with that. Like, they definitely need a run from Olaf, and that is exactly why. As a Lux player, if you have no mobility against Olaf, like, don't step in front of an Olaf. I'm sorry, but, like, Lux and Misfortune, you don't have dashes. You don't have, like, the best mobility. But just because you don't have dashes or blinks or anything, all you have is your flash. But, and Olaf can run you down pretty easily just because you can't even crowd control him. Like, Lux's main... Like, the main reason why Lux is able to peel is because they could just root you if you're trying to chase, but against an Olaf, they're just going to ult that out, so. Olaf is a pretty good pick into our comp just because, into some of the champs in our comp, I'll say. Olaf is, like, meh into Eve, like, it's not particularly good, it's not particularly bad. Just because Eve, you do have, like, decent amount of speed and, like, you have a decent amount of mobility with your ult and stuff, so, like, you can get around, but... very, very good pick into looking for another engage here. I should be able to hopefully pick somebody up. There's the Rakan, and look at that damage from Eve. That's what I mean. Once you get your 3rd item, your damage output becomes insane on Eve. But into Lux, into Misfortune, into Yone too, Olaf is a very, very solid pick. Akali is a bit harder just because Akali does have mobility also, but now trying to get this engage onto Draven. I don't know why, like, it didn't let my 3rd ability go onto it, but that was... bit of a mistake. That Graves ult barely picks me up too. That's very, very unfortunate. But we're able to get a couple of them. And now, I believe for my last item, I probably just build... yeah, I'm looking at what they are. I just build into Guardian Angel. Gives me some decent amount of armor. Plus the perk from Guardian Angel. Very, very clutch. That way, like, if I go in too deep... the thing about Guardian Angel is, like, as you've seen, like, with the Rakan, with the Draven, if you make one small mistake on Eve, you're going to get deleted. Like... It's pretty easy to, like, make a small mistake on Eve, and, like, that's what makes Eve, like, a decently hard champ to play, because you have to be very, very smart with your engages. But if you get a Guardian Angel, you can, like, make a mistake or two. It gives you some more leeway. That way, like, if you make a mistake, like, you still have your GA up, so, like, you still have some time to recover, and your teammates can cover for you a bit. So I end up going, like, GA most games probably on Eve, honestly. Except for games where I need, like, anti-heal, or if I really feel like I'm doing fine with my engages if they don't have a lot of crowd control. But we're starting this up over here. My team isn't particularly coming. I think we're a bit slow on this over here. This was maybe a bit of a mistake. I try and scare him off with the charm. Graves goes away, but I'm able to pick this up, and now we should definitely just run. I don't know why they're taking the scuttle. I don't know whose idea it was to take the scuttle over there, but that was just pretty bad coordination from our team. We definitely could have gotten that, like, way sooner if our team, like, all would have actually came, but they did not, and it unfortunately happens. But now they're pushing in the space over here. My team's unfortunately going to be dead for a while. And either way, like, once we get that, I'm able to pick up the Tristana now. I'm trying to get out of here. They're going to keep on chasing me down. And now I realize I'm kind of trapped in here. I try and hide in this pit for a second. Able to pick up the Graves over here. And now the Rakan's running away. I have my ult up in a couple seconds, so I should be able to track somebody down if they do try and chase me, or if I do see anybody. But now Olaf's still pushing topside. I'm heading up there. Looks like they got that underneath wraps, though. At least there's 2 of them, so I'm assuming they do. Yep. They're able to take down Olaf over here, and now that overall wasn't too bad. That could have been way, way worse, but I was at least able to pick up 2 kills. So now pushing along this mid lane over here. I see Draven. Able to get the engage, and I have to be super quick on that engage, just because, as I was saying, that Rakan first ability, that Rakan knock-up, if you're too slow on your engages, if you take too long to, like, land your combo, that Rakan will hit you with their first ability, and then you're just gonna, like, die. So time is very, very important. But I see that Rakan's 1 HP. I think I can burst down this Tristana, so try and see if I can get this Tristana over here. I'm able to take him down, but unfortunately that Rakan gets a barrier, so they're able to take me down. But as you can see, you could burst down pretty much like any ADC in the late game. But now I go for Proto Build just because I need more mobility, more engage, like faster engage. Just because, like, if I'm too slow, that Rakan's just going to knock me up every time or charm me or something. So I can't be letting that happen. And now this Lux caught out. Classic Lux players. What can I say? And now this Yone is definitely probably going to go down here. Maybe they can pick up a kill. No, never mind. Not even close. Yeah, no. 1v1ing an Olaf as a melee, probably not the move. I don't know if I'd recommend that. But our team's falling apart. Very, very sad. But that's okay. We're still in this. The power of Eve is, like, in the late game, you can, like, carry team fights if you play right. Is this Misfortune still level 12? What the heck? I'm level 15. That Misfortune's level 12. That's tough. But, that's bad farming. But, as I was saying, if you prioritize right in the late game, you can completely one-burst, like, any carry. And that's very, very key. And that's something, like, I want to point out now so y'all keep an eye on it, is, like, in the mid-game, I was able to, like, one-burst Olaf, able to one-burst, like, Rakan, but I can't do that anymore now. Like, they have more defense items. It's a bit harder, so I need to be looking at my engages right. I need to be engaging onto the carry specifically and, like, nobody else. Like, this Rakan probably can't one-burst him anymore, but I make the mistake of trying. They have barriers and everything. That's the thing about supports is by this point in the game, they're going to have barriers. They're going to have more health. Unfortunately, I'm not able to pick up the Rakan, but I am able to get the Tristana over there, and now trying to see if I can wrap around. And unfortunately, like you can see, I can't one-burst Olaf anymore. I needed to prioritize, right? That was a big mistake on my part, I think, and that's definitely something to learn is, like, at this stage of the game, like, it's not my job to kill the Olaf or anything. Like, even though I can burst him down, I shouldn't be wasting my entire combo on an Olaf. I need to be killing the ADCs. I need to be, like, killing the Draven and the Tristana. As you can saw, like, I was able to one-burst the Tristana, but I probably could have gotten Draven too if I would have, like, timed it right. So that was a mistake on my part. There is still a decent amount to learn. Unfortunately, we are going to lose this, but as I was saying, like, you can still learn from it. So hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video.